Hello yogis, namaste, and welcome to today's Anahata Heart Chakra Yoga Flow. Our heart chakra is located at heart center. It is the fourth chakra and the balancer of the lower and higher chakras. It is our connection to love, compassion, and connection to others. So we're going to begin today's practice in an easy seated pose, Sukhasana, placing our hands at heart center, closing our eyes, and just getting in tune with our breath here. And as we do, we're going to cultivate an aura of love. Bringing to your mind's eye a healing green light energy growing from your heart space, getting bigger and brighter with each breath. I am love. I give love. I receive love. The seed sound for the heart chakra is Yam, Y-A-M. So we're going to open today's practice with 3 chants of Yam. We'll begin with our hands still at heart center. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, chant. Yam. Releasing our hands down to the mat. We're going to make our way into a tabletop position, warming up the spine with Mary Janasana, cat-cows. Inhale, we're going to dip down for cow pose. Exhale, we're going to arch the back for cat pose. And just moving with your own breath cycle here. Coming back to neutral spine, we're going to tuck the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. It's our first down dog of the flow, so feel free to pedal out your knees, move your hips, take whatever you need here. Our next inhale is going to bring that right leg into the sky. Bending the knee to really open up the hip. Exhale, right foot steps forward, left knee comes to the mat for a low lunge. We're going to activate our heart chakra here by raising our arms overhead, leaning back, letting your heart shine. Deep breaths here. Exhale, palms melt through heart center, back down to the mat. Tucking those left toes, left knee raises, take a deep breath in. Exhale, right foot meets the left in downward facing dog. Next inhale is going to bring that left leg into the sky, bending the knee to open up the hip. Exhale, left foot steps between the hands, right knee drops. We're coming into a low lunge on the other side. Once again, we're going to really activate that heart chakra by raising our hands overhead, leaning back, staying connected to that breath. Exhale, palms melt through heart center, back down to the mat. We're going to tuck those right toes, right knee raises, deep breath in. Exhale, left foot meets the right in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Deep breath here. Next inhale, we're going to round the spine, coming forward into an upward facing dog, pushing ourselves up off the mat, head hangs back. Exhale, sending those hips back into Balasana, Child's Pose, reaching forward, heart melting into the earth, third eye to mat connection. Deep breaths here. Next inhale, we're going to rise on up to a tabletop position. Tucking the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to bring our right leg into the sky for three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, right foot threads underneath you. Left hand rises into the air. We're finding ourselves in a wild thing. Beautifully done. Deep breaths here. Exhale, left hand comes back to the mat, right foot meets the left in downward facing dog. Next inhale, we're going to round the spine, coming forward into an upward dog once again. Really just bringing that motion all through the spine, leaning back. Exhale, sending those hips back, Balasana, Child's Pose. Inhale, we're going to rise on up, tucking the toes, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog. And next inhale, we're going to bring that left leg into the sky. Exhale, left foot steps on through, right hand raises. We're in a wild thing on the other side. Deep breaths here. Exhale, right hand comes back down to the mat. Left foot meets the right in downward facing dog. Once again, we're going to inhale, coming all the way forward into an upward facing dog, pushing yourself up off the mat. Now we're going to lower on down. And from here, we're going to start warming up the back side of our core. So we're going to have our hands right behind us. Exhale. Inhale, arms and legs are going to rise on up into locust pose. Beautifully done. Exhale, bring it back down to the mat. And then the next one that we are going to go into from here is floor bow. So if locust pose was already intense for you, you can go ahead and do that again. Otherwise, when we rise on up, we're going to reach back, bend the knees, and grab the calves. If you have a strap, you can always capture the back of your legs in a strap. But otherwise, we'll take a few deep breaths here in floor bow. Beautiful. Exhale, go ahead and gently release out of your floor bow. Inhale, coming up to an upward facing dog. Exhale, sending those hips back, Balasana, Child's Pose. Inhale, we're going to rise on up. Tucking the toes, deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air, downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, bending the knees, grabbing either elbow. Doing a little swing from side to side. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. Exhale, let it fall. Inhale, we're gonna rise on up, vertebra by vertebra. Saving your head for last. Coming into Tadasana Mountain Pose. We'll just take a deep breath here. Really rooting down in all four corners of the feet. Standing tall and strong in your mountain. Now the next thing I want to show you is called Gomukhasana. So I'm just going to demo it for you. It is a shoulder stretch where you reach behind and then you reach over, and the goal is to interlace your fingers. This is another really good one for your yoga strap to help you just grab onto that strap and then help you get your way together. So we're just gonna in Tadasana or seated if you want, coming around and around, opening up the shoulders. Deep breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale, we're gonna go ahead and release. Exhale, switching out the arms. And just taking whatever micro adjustments you need to really find that nice shoulder stretch for you. Exhale, go ahead and release out of that. Beautiful. All right, now that our shoulders are nice and limber, we are going to come back to Tadasana Mountain Pose, rolling back the shoulders once again. And from here, we're going to root down into our right side. Our left knee is going to pop on up. Right hand forward. Left foot gets captured in the left hand. We're going into dancer's pose, Natajorasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, kicking into that back leg. Right hand raises. Deep breaths here. And finding a drishti focal point to help you balance. And exhale, release that back down to the mat. Taking a breath to pedal out your legs. And then from here, we're going to root down in that left side. Right foot comes into the right hand, left hand forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, kicking into that back hand. Left hand raises. Option to throw in a Jana Mudra here. Deep breaths in Natajorasana. And exhale, gently bring that back down to the mat. Taking a breath to pedal out our legs. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, back up. Exhale, palms melt through heart center all the way down to the mat, putting a little bend in the knee. Walking our hands and feet out, we'll meet in Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming all the way forward into an up dog, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, sending your hips back, Balasana, child's pose. And inhale, we're going to rise on up to a comfortable seated position on our knees. So if you have blocks, this is a great place to grab your blocks. We are going to go into hero's pose and then camel's pose. So we'll start by windmilling the hands to the lower back to support our lumbar spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, leaning back, letting your head go. Deep belly breaths here. Inhale, we're gonna rise on up. Beautiful. If that felt like enough of a back bend, you can go ahead and do that again. Otherwise, we'll windmill our hands to either the blocks behind us or all the way down to the mat behind us. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting your head hang back. Deep breaths here. Gently releasing out of hero's pose. I like to bring my blocks right here when I get ready for camel. So we'll come all the way up to our knees. Once again, windmilling the hands to the lower back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, baby back bend, baby camel. Inhale, we're gonna rise on up. Beautifully done. If that was enough of a back bend for you, you can go ahead and do that again. Otherwise, we're gonna windmill the hands to either our blocks behind us for a supported camel, or you can bring them all the way to the ankles, Utkatasana, camel pose. Deep breaths here. Inhale back up. Exhale, we're gently going to release down to our sit bones, placing our blocks to the side. And from here, we're going to send our legs straight out in front of us for Dandasana staff pose. Rolling out the ankles, swishing your feet from side to side. Inhale, arms come overhead, tall spine. Exhale, reaching for those toes, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. We've really been working our spine one way this whole practice. We want to get in this nice counter pose here to make sure that we're staying even and staying balanced. Inhale, we're going to rise on up. And from here, we're going to bring the left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, arms come overhead, turn to your toes. Exhale, reaching for that right foot, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. Inhale, we're going to rise on up. Taking a breath to switch out your legs. And whenever you're ready, inhale, arms come overhead, turn to the toes. Exhale, reaching for that left foot, letting your head hang, sending your breath to wherever you're holding on to tension. And inhale, we're going to rise back up. And from here, we're going to bring both of our soles of the feet together, coming into butterfly pose, placing one hand on the heart, the other just underneath our navel and our dantian, our center of life force energy. And as we breathe, we cultivate a connection between our center of love and our center of life. From here, we're gonna gently come down to the mat, coming into a reclined butterfly pose. Placing our hands on our heart center and coming back to the intention that we set for love. Deep breaths here. From here, we're going to bring the knees together. And then we're going to scoot our hips down by our feet. Our hands are going to come up next to our shoulders, fingers facing down. So we're getting ready for the peak pose, which is wheel pose. And then we're going to cool down after this. So a block might actually help you here. So we're going to, maybe just place your head on the block for now. Here, ready? So you're gonna inhale, pushing your pelvis into the air, and then putting your head on the block. Woo. So this is gonna help you kind of realize like how it feels to be upside down. If you feel comfortable here, you can push all the way up into your wheel pose. Beautiful. And then from here, you can really just play around, like one leg up in the air at a time. And whenever you're ready, exhale, gently bending the arms, gently bending the legs, bringing yourself back down to the mat. Whew. It would not be a heart chakra flow without a wheel pose. Had to do it. So from here, we're gonna bring that block in between our knees to make sure that they are hip width distance apart and our thighs are active. Okay, feet are by our hips, hands are by our hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis comes into the air for bridge pose. Deep belly breaths here. Exhale, releasing back down to the mat, putting our block to the side. We're gonna heel toe our feet to the edges of the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knees fall to the left side to really gently open up that right side of the outer hip. Hands can be on the heart or on the belly or on the ground, wherever you feel most comfortable. Inhale back up. Exhale, knees fall to the other side. Staying connected to that nice deep breath. And never be afraid to make little micro adjustments you need. If a pose feels off or like it's tweaking something at all, then modify it. Take what you need. Listen to your body. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hugging the knees. Releasing the head back down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knees sail to the left, upper body twist to the right for a little supine twist. Deep breaths here. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hugging the knees. Inhale, release the head. Exhale, knees sail to the right, upper body twist to the left for a little supine twist on the other side. Deep breaths here. Inhale, we're going to come back to center. Exhale, hugging the knees. Inhale, releasing our feet into our hands, Ananda Balasana, happy baby. We're rocking from side to side. And whenever you're ready, you can release into a full body stretch. Coming into Savasana corpse pose. Allowing yourself to melt into the mat. Sending your breath to wherever you're still holding on to tension. And as you continue to breathe, bringing to your mind's eye once again a healing white light energy above you, getting bigger and brighter with each breath. Exhale, sending it into your heart space, turning it green in color, continuing to get bigger and brighter with each breath. The love within you burns like a candle, an inextinguishable flame. This love will always grow. You are worthy of divine, unconditional love. The love you seek is already within you. You can feel free to stay here for as long as you need. But whenever you're ready, we'll wiggle the hands and toes, roll to the side, and gently push ourselves up to a comfortable seated position with our hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra. The light, love, and divinity in me honors the light, love, and divinity in you. Thumbs come to the third eye, we bow. Namaste. So much love.